Hello, my Star Atlas family. It's me, the MetaVerse Explorer, with a fresh new haircut, ready to go, ready to update you on what's happening in Star Atlas. We got some really good news this time, guys. There's some new stuff that we hadn't heard before, so I thought I should really cover it. I know I just did a Star Atlas video like yesterday, and then the day before that, and then the day before that, but there's a lot to cover, so thank you guys for staying with me on this journey. First off, I wanted to let everyone know, right? Ledger functionality is now here, okay? The major problem we had with UE5, it wasn't really a problem, right? The major issue we've had with UE5 was that you couldn't view or use your ledger because it's a hardware wallet, right? It wasn't integrated yet, to view your ships in Scream, okay? And a lot of people were staking their ships using a hardware ledger. You can now do this, okay? Makes it a little bit easier. So no transactions can be signed without you inputting your actual hard, your hard wallet. I use a ledger, so I do this because the buttons are on this side. So now, it's a lot safer because you'll be using not a hot wallet where someone can get access to your seed phrase somehow, right? I don't know how it's gonna work, but somehow hackers are really smart. This time you'll have a ledger where you actually physically have to press it yourself before you send anything. So the hackers, even if they have your wallet, they can't send anything because they need you to press the letters by itself. So access to Atlas and Polis lockers, the Galactic Marketplace, the Fleet Viewer, the Score, and the Showroom keys, you can access them with keys with your cold storage device. This is next level for us. This is what a lot of people have been waiting for, to view their ships, okay? Because remember, people had some hot wallets being staked, and then they were like, oh, the Slope wallet attack happened, and so they're moving everything to Ledger. And then you couldn't access your ships in the UE5 showroom using your Ledger, but now you can, okay? Now you can. So I know it's not that big of a news, but I think it's big enough to cover, so I thought I'd do it for you guys here. Let's move on to some extra stuff I wanted to cover. I'll talk about that soon. Star Atlas issue number 11, ladies and gentlemen. There is some really good stuff in here that we haven't seen before, okay? We haven't seen before. So I really wanted to show you guys. Let's start off. This is a tale built about building a new world. This is like one of the new newsletters that's coming out. I'm just going to, I've read it myself. I've highlighted the important stuff just to share with you guys. This edition is the first one from a new Star Atlas publishing schedule, where you receive a comprehensive development update wrapped in Star Atlas every 3 weeks instead of a weekly roadmap report. So the weekly roadmap reports are no more, okay? We're not going to get weekly roadmap updates from myself because there won't be anything weekly. They're going to be every 3 weeks, okay? The following 2 weeks after each Star Atlas release will be dedicated to connecting with the community via a town hall and a major content piece drop. So, doesn't mean every 2 weeks or every week we'll be getting a content piece drop. It doesn't say that. It's just saying that, we'll be getting this specific newsletter every 3 weeks, and we should get some new information coming out every 3 weeks. But even so, even in between the 3 weeks, there's still a little droplets of information that might come out. Something in the showroom, or something that we can talk about, or something that something from the Discord group, the Foundation Room Discord group, and that I can share with you. And I've got a few of those for you guys to look at here. So let's go on and recap the 46 event and also what extra is in this newsletter. So first, we'll start off with the DAO, the first Star Atlas Metaverse institution. And of course, they're going strong with some AI art. I'm going to keep zooming in and out here so you can see everything. And I also changed myself to be on the to the right side of my screen here because Star Atlas, so you can see it. If I'm on the other side, if I'm on that side over there, you can't see the Star Atlas very well. So I thought I'd just do it here. Now, remember, there is a 30-page document called the Sustainable Governance Framework. This is the DAO that's going to be coming. Well, the Polis DAO is already here, but they're working on the processes and how to put proposals, who does the proposals, who votes on the proposals, who reviews the proposal, all of this sort of stuff, right? Now, I know I've been in a few DAOs myself in Solana and also in Ethereum. The DAO landscape at the moment is super, super low. There's minimal participation rates. It's the bear market as well. So on top of the bear market, there's people are depressed, people are sad, they don't have any extra funds to play around with, and then now the DAO wants you to do all this work for what? For nothing really, unless you get some tokens. So I think there is an uphill battle to be fighting for these DAOs, but What I really do like is, though, they have a set process in place, right? They have a constitution, okay? And I'm going to talk about that very soon. Before we get to the constitution, they have outlined specifically the different levels of DAOs that we're going to be interacting with in Star Atlas. The first one is the Star Atlas DAO itself, which is the big DAO. Everyone's locking in Polis at the moment. You're part of the whole Star Atlas DAO, okay? Your vote counts for one Polis, whatever it is. It's the highest tier of governance within Star Atlas project. From many monetary policy and treasury management to game development decision, this is the focus of the article disclosed at the event. Talk about the faction DAO. Let's zoom in so you can see. As a second tier of government, we will have 3 faction DAOs, Mud, Oni, Uster, each belonging to one of the 3 primary factions in the game. The faction DAO is focused on managing its faction's interests, such as tax policies in the faction territory, warfare coordination, access to endgame content, and development targets. Now, this think about it this way: like if there's a star base in the faction Mud faction territory, and you want people want to upgrade the starbase, it probably has to go to a faction vote, likely, right? This is what I'm thinking. So you actually have to be participating in the DAO, in the faction DAO, to upgrade and get an advantage over your starbases of other factions. On top of that, below that, the lowest level, so you start with the Star Atlas DAO, Faction DAO, and now we're at the Regional DAO here. The Regional DAO is the third tier of government. The Regional DAO is responsible for the governance of a region in the Star Atlas metaverse, such as a star system. The landowners of any given star system will be able to vote on decisions such as taxation, monetary incentives, planetary restrictions of goods and services, and overall local rules. This is how I think about it, right? I think the DACs are going to be aiming for the regional DAO rows. They're going to be trying to own specific space star systems themselves and try and make their own economy within their own guild. So let's say Interstellar Alliance or Aephian or MetaVerse Nomads from Rome. They have control over a regional DAO that is their little space of their pocket space inside the Mud territory, or inside the Ohm territory, or inside the faction of Ohm, right? So there'll be a whole giant faction and then little small pockets of little regional DAOs split all over the place with different little taxation laws. So you'll have some regions which are more geared towards like less taxation, more piracy, whatever. And then you'll have other little regional DAOs that have other specialties. You know what I mean, right? Let's keep going. I don't want to talk too much. Now, this is the Star Atlas Constitution. They have put in they have started work on this constitution. I want to briefly touch on it with you guys. 4 principles describing the most enduring values and fundamental rights of the Star Atlas community. Supremacy and jurisdiction. This is the Star Atlas Constitution, by the way. Defining how the DAO exercises ultimate authority with respect to sub-DAOs. Decision-making framework, codifying the DAO's proposal-making process. Implementation framework, explaining how decisions made by the DAO shall be executed, particularly when a decision cannot be made purely through on-chain commands. Awesome, good to know. Because we can't make all decisions on-chain, right? Even though most of the game is on-chain. Dispute resolution framework, setting forth a process to resolve disputes among Star Atlas community members. And amendment framework, describing the process required to amend the constitution. Now, let's move on, shall we? There is a whole bunch of stuff to read here. There's no way I'm going to read all of this out for you because, if you're interested, you can go and read this as well. I just wanted to cover it so people know a little bit what's happening, give you the information just ahead of time. The Star Atlas graphic novel, this one has gone out as well. Make sure you go to the, it's a newsletter, so subscribe to the newsletter, and then you will get the first teaser, which I showed you guys as well in the previous episodes. And then when the new episodes come out, new artworks come out, new comic comes out, you'll get that in a newsletter. But there is also a way that it's going to be distributed on Magic Eden as an NFT. So Michael Wagner did specifically say the comic will have a free version, and there will also be a Magic Eden NFT paid version. So I assume this is probably done to get the royalties and distribution fees all going to Tim McBurney as well, because he's the creator. He probably gets royalties as well. Maybe a split between half and half. We'll see how it works. But there is a free version of the comic and then a paid version of the comic. Let's go ahead and keep going. The Atlas Locker. I have highlighted some stuff, as I said before. A lot of stuff to go through here. But I wanted to really highlight this economic architecture for you. It says quite... there is a lot to cover in here, So like, once again, I'm not going to read everything out, but there's a whole circle, you know, it literally looks like a circle, right? A whole circle of stuff that you will be engaging with yourself, going through gameplay. You know, you earn stuff, and then you go to the marketplace, and then you go to the DAO, and they all interact with each other over here. So most importantly, they've highlighted 3 things, right? In the DAO, your player locks Atlas. In the player locks Atlas and gains up to 85% fee reduction. We know this already, and we saw the fee discounts already. Most people have locked only 70,000 Atlas, which I actually think is the better not risk to reward, the better ROI for price that people can lock for at the moment. It's not a significant amount that it's going to be hard to come by. You know, it's not 500,000. It's only 70,000, which is not too much. You know what I mean? Let's keep going. I don't want to feel like I'm going to go over here. It's already 10 minutes. Jesus Christ. Okay, so 70,000 here. This is the one I was saying, which is what a lot of people have been locking at, okay? And it gives you a 5.1% fee reduction, but even though a lot of people aren't selling a lot right now on the marketplace, is it worth it for you to lock at the moment? Maybe because the Polis rewards you get from locking Atlas is also significant. It's actually quite good at the moment. So we're getting Polis and Atlas being emitted all throughout the ecosystem. Where are the sinks? There's nothing taking it out at the moment. That's what I'm concerned about. The F-Kit, Star Atlas paves the way for integration between Solana and Unreal Engine. This is one of the key infrastructure they need. Hey, Pepe, thank you guys. Pepe, welcome back. He needs you to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Now, we didn't stop there. The Star Atlas product is free and open source, so any developer can start playing with it today by going here. This is for the GitHub repo. Basically, what this is they've Star Atlas, I think, is the first group or project to allow people to incorporate a Web3 Solana wallet into Unreal Engine 5, okay? This is like super early days. This is where people can easily go, get and build a UI for themselves, or if they have a game, they can incorporate a Web3 wallet. So any of these other games in Solana at the moment, they can go to this GitHub repo and go and create a wallet inside their UE5 game, their Unreal Engine 5 game. I think it's pretty awesome, right? I'm not a developer. I probably don't fully appreciate it, but I think it's really good. I think it's really good. How many games do we have on Solana that are still going strong at the moment? Aurori, Kaiju cards, Neon Heroes, I don't know, like lots of other ones. Those are the ones I remember just now. But Solana is heavy on gaming. And to have a Solana open source Solana integration wallet for your game, that would be awesome. That like puts you a step over everyone else. Now, they say it's not easy to do this. You have to hire and build a full-scale blockchain engineering team. You have to bring in third-party contractors and consultants. You seek outside development help. Check out what the F-Kit offers. In engine generation and import of Solana private keys, Unreal Engine 5 to interact with on-chain data, creates an Unreal Engine 5 wallet management feature, embeds development support, and integrates with Solana programs, which is awesome. Now, the surprise we got was the Scream Hangar Flip program, which is awesome. Have you guys seen the video that I did? This is what a PSR8 looks like. It looks very phallic with 2 phallic items right in front of it. Phallic. I'm just going to say it again. And then we got the showroom release, which is what everyone is so super excited about. In the Discord, there's a showroom pictures, people taking pictures all around the showroom, mixing them up a bit, making it look pretty cool. I do like one specific place in the showroom the most. It's where you can see the actual Star Atlas, where you can see like little ships coming and going. If you know where I'm talking about, you know where I'm talking about. It's really cool. It's really done well. I hope we get to interact with that spot more often. Also, have you found the Easter egg? I did the Easter egg video not long ago. Now, let's keep going. We are already looking forward to tomorrow with the launch of the actual alpha of the showroom. It's not literally tomorrow, right? Which will allow multiple features, exciting mini-game loops. I'm hoping there's more than one, because it sounds like there's more than one. And other secrets that are hidden in the vaults of the Council of Peace. Awesome. So there might be some extra stuff coming. Some more little secrets that we have. We have the Star Atlas Punab, which is a little lore-driven thing. I think it's written by the Newt himself. And now let's look at the updates. In the second part of Star Atlas Star, we will address the latest updates in terms of corporate infrastructure, lore, and overall updates. Now, There is the economy report, which was released immediately after 426. It hasn't gotten much it hasn't gotten much attention at the moment. I'm scheduling a video so that we can go through it with the two Aephian data runners. We're just trying to sort it out right now. It might take some time, so I don't want to do a half-assed video on the economic report. But while I'm here, I also wanted to show you Data Bros. He is one of the economic contributors in Star Atlas, as well as Verm Dragon. Now, he is the head of economy at Star Atlas. They're saying they'll be answering your questions regarding the economic report on Wednesday. Feel free to submit your questions beforehand. So Wednesday, I think, is probably either a brew. It's not a town hall. It must be a brew. So if you've got questions, go through the economic report before I get my chance to go. I've gone through, I skimmed it myself. I haven't gone through the entire video, the entire thing yet, or filmed a video for it yet. So this is the summary, of course, for it. You know, average aggregate daily Atlas wages grew by 4.4%. Oh my god, I'm having a stroke. The ship prices fell by minus 8.5%, which is what people are probably most worried about at the moment. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that actually, little tidbits in there. I'm meaning to go through the whole thing because in the last economic report, we got that little tidbit of the fleet power scores, right? Of the ship power scores and the ranking of it. I'm hoping we get something like that this time, but no one said anything at the moment. We had the Star Atlas AI contest, and we covered this before. We got some winners over here, so well done there by Animus and DJ Malik. And then the brew. Now, what I really want to go to here is the actual updates, which is this is what really I'm excited about. Sorry, it's taken 16 minutes to actually get here. I'm so sorry. The UE5 Showroom Release 1. The Showroom Pre-Alpha has been delivered. Awesome. Everyone has access. You go and get your private key, go into the showroom. Now you have ledger access as well, so it should be a bit easier for you. Release number 2. I'm so excited that we actually got information on this. Crazy, right? I'm so excited. So, release number 2. What's happening? I highlighted some stuff. There is a fly zone. It's done. The fly zone is done. What? We knew they were messing around with like little flying, but it's done now? Awesome. New buildings. Done. Environmental art is in the progress. A new garden area, landing pads, and foliage. What? What? Like, I wasn't expecting this. Game design, done. Level design, done. I'm going to go ahead to the ones I've highlighted because these are the ones I picked up on. The chat and friends feature. Character skin selection. HUD for race tracks. Multiplayer in progress. What? There's a whole bunch of stuff there. Like, chatting and friends feature is amazing. That's how we can make our deck. We can add our guild leaders and add our little groups together. You could have a little friend list. What? Awesome. This is actually shaping up to be an actual game, right? Character skin selection. Now remember, if you found my little tidbit here, my little piece of alpha, if you found that little statue to give you the skin of the Oni, this is now proving the functionality of the skin system working. So my little advice to you is look at all the other skins on the marketplace. Are they selling at the moment? What skins do you like? You know, people might now be saying, oh, I've got the Uster skin. That's not the normal one. This might be way more because we have multiplayer soon. People might be able to see it. So it might be a little bit of arbitrage thing for you to get a skin. There's a HUD coming for the racetrack and multiplayer in progress. What's done? The PSX4 is fully flight ready. It's got the hover mode, the flight mode, and the VFX and sound, which is pretty good, right? But keep in mind, that's one ship out of like 80 ships to do. So a long way to go, but at least now we can all race PSX4s together. Okay, this would be so awesome if we can race PSX4s together in multiplayer. Oh my god. They did repeat here, chats and friend list, photo modes, character skin, all done. And now one thing here, medium-sized ship flight with ship interior, exterior, VFX and sound is in progress. So I wonder which medium-sized ship they're actually working on now. What's upcoming? This is what they're working on now for the R2, right? We've already got R1. We're working on this for R2, and what's going to be next for R2? Integration of characters, vehicles, and environment. UI integration into game. Because currently we don't have a UI. People are just walking around, you know, you don't see anything. There's no health. There's no flight. There's no, like, nothing else. No gauges, nothing. Screen V1. They've completed the cargo management, which is a deposit a ship, transfer within ship, withdraw from ship. Dynamic updating of sector view is in progress. I'm not sure what this specifically is. Maybe it's a sector, like a Star system, that view, and how it gets updated. Visualizing high system density, the HUD, which is the, if there's a lot of things in the area, what it's going to look like in your HUD. Progress on the crafting system and crafting tree. So we have a crafting tree. I wonder what requirements are in the crafting tree. This is part of the game, right? Oh, I need to go and get this resource. I need to get this technology first before I can go to that level. All this sort of stuff. That's what gaming is. Including a new look and feel of system sector view, which is awesome. I didn't know we're getting a new system sector view. I wonder we got the look already from the concept art. Do you guys remember that? I wonder if it's actually going to look like that. But hopefully that's what they're building to, because the community really liked that. Now, there's nothing upcoming that I thought was really stood out to me. The DAO, the proposals, PIP kickoff is coming very, very soon. So that might be the first proposal coming soon. Atlas Locker and Polis Locker retain lock duration option delivered, which is what this means is that in the Polis and Atlas Locker, previously when you relocked something, it locked again for 5 years. So every time you relock, you extend it to another 5 years. This one, what they've done is when you relock, it keeps the same remaining duration of time. So if you had 4 years and 9 months left, if you relock, it won't be 5 years. It'll be 4 years and 9 months left remaining, with an increased amount still locked now. And then, of course, they've deployed the Atlas staking to mainnet. We can already see this. Upcoming activities: update build.startless.com for the analytics tool. I'm really hoping to see some analytics. The data runners might love this. Graphic novel, it's still coming. Same thing as last time. And of course, nothing else that stood out for me in the website itself. Now, the royalty fees as well, deployed to Marketplace, deployed to mainnet, is done. And then that's it for the report. It's been 22 minutes already. I just wanted to go through a little bit of extra stuff that is from the Foundation Room. I'm sorry, guys. Feel free to end here. This is just from the Foundation Room. All of this stuff is 50-50 chance to get into the game. Like, it's take it with a grain of salt, okay? So, someone asked Chipto, being faction agnostic, how is the mechanic for acquiring blueprints for components and modules going to be? And Chipto's like, it's research, among other less direct methods. This is where the research tree is coming in, research tree and tech tree. Another question regarding this, if they're agnostic, does this mean that something, I don't know. Because I'm not part of the Foundation Room. I'm getting these images secondhand. Manufacturers still have their specific technologies, modifications, and overclocks. I didn't know overclocks were a thing. And ship blueprints. Just not having a warp drive variant blueprint for every single manufacturer. Component module building blocks are constant in their crafting recipes. That's good to know. Let's move on to the next one. Components swapped out for higher tier, but only to the max size, right? Because you can have multiple tiers of an engine of different qualities within the same size slot. And all factions will have access to the reagents and blueprints to create these universal components. And he's like, yes, everyone should have access to create the universal components. Good. Thank you so much. Those base performance metrics of the slotted components and modules get modified by taking in something. The question, I know, doesn't... we can't read the full question, but we can get the answer from Chipto, and then we can back engineer the question itself. So Chipto says, yes, they will translate into different performance metrics. This is about the performance metrics of the ships, right? A ship with an oversized impulse engine likely travels at a faster impulse speeds than a ship with the same impulse engine, but in a higher size class. I say likely because we're tweaking balancing numbers at the moment, and they need to be extensively play tested. And it might be acceleration, but not top speed to certain comparisons. So he's saying, imagine having a giant engine in a big ship or a giant engine in a small ship. What's the difference going to be? That's what he's talking about. Much like the equation F equals ma, the impulse engine provides the same force, roughly, since manufacturer modifiers might vary it a bit, but the ship with the smaller mass will accelerate faster. Makes sense, right? You have the same engine, but in two different bodies of mass, right? The same pushing power, the same force in two different mass. If the mass is larger, then it takes longer to accelerate and longer to reach top speed. If the mass is smaller, then it takes a lot less than the larger size, right? Makes sense, makes sense. Other non-speed components won't necessarily use that same logic, but will take into account manufacturer efficiency modifiers. Now, there's like heaps more. I won't get to 30 minutes. I'll try and rush through all of these. Feel free to to pause the video right here and read it if you want. I'm going to quickly go through it. Crypto. Loyalty accrual will play a critical role in unlocking these manufacturer-specific technologies or ship blueprints. Universal blueprints for components and modules are more likely nested in research trees, likely because not all are research unlocked. For now, assume modifications and overclocks. The whole crafting system is complex and subject to adjustments. Awesome. And Bunthius, it's not financial advice, but he said all ships will have utility. And certain details are subject to change. Let me zoom in here so you can see. But every ship will, at minimum, have the ability to attack and defend. Other utility for all ship roles are still being prototyped and will be tested and revised by all the way to release. And the last one we have here. Crypto components and modules are currently manufacturer agnostic. Each slotted component and module has a base performance based on its size and quantity. These base performance metrics then get modified by taking into account the specific ship's size, role, manufacturer, and price. So price has an effect on it. I didn't think price should have an effect on it. In the future, components and modules will also be upgradable, tiers, and overclockable, enchants, and mod slottables, gems. Holy crap. They're bringing in so many different variables here. It's going to be like Step N. You guys know Step N, right? You have this NFT, and you have this gem. You can go in it, and then you can upgrade the shoe. You can enhance the shoe. So many different variables. This is good because it creates an economy. It kind of values everything, and there's room for arbitrage for all of this sort of stuff. What does mod slottable mean? Slotting a modification to a component or a module. Think of it like an upgrade chip, or like gems in Diablo. So he's saying all of these different modifications, all these components or modules, you can upgrade the modules itself. So the module won't be the same module as someone else's module because I would have put a gem in it or I put an upgrade chip into it. Yeah, so that's it. I know I've talked a lot. I'm sorry, guys. It's been like 27 minutes. Thank you for staying with me on this journey and listening to this guy talk with his really slick hair. Oh, so good. So good. Okay. Thank you, guys. I love you guys as always. Thank you very much for watching. I am going to go have some lunch now. Ciao.